Welcome back to Shaman King 2021 Anime Review episode number 34. This is reviewing the 34th episode of the 2021 reboot, To Be the King. This episode covers 7 chapters of the manga. Yes, 7. Yes, this is by far the first episode since episode 9 to cover more than just 4 or 5 chapters. No, seriously. That is indeed true. It's the first one to do that. Now, what happens this episode? Well, I should point something out, though. There's this opening page in chapter 178. They skipped that. For apparently no reason. Where it mentions that by Yo, the Ana's going to kill him. And then we open up the episode with Yo in this broken down building on the island where the Shaman King fights are. He presumably is finished telling Akame, his guardian spirit, about what happened about 3 years prior to the events of the series. And Anna shows up, basically Mad's like, I'm supposed to be the first lady, what must I do now? Eventually that's the reason why, because basically his personality is the reason why she fell in love with him. And then she slaps him. Yes, like usual, Anna loves slapping Yo. It's a minor gag in this series. He says, after she slaps him, she says, I forgive you. Walks off, and then Yo's not seeing him for a bit until we see Ren. Yes, Ren with the X laws, where that they have to revive him. And, like, get this. Apparently, according to Genie, like, get this, Iron Genie, like, ooh, we have to basically think of this as Sleeping Beauty. Let's just wake him up with a kiss. Everyone's like, what? Think she's gonna kiss Ren? Yeah, all the guys there apparently are shocked at the fact that the beautiful Iron Man Genie wants to kiss Ren. Even Lizer is shocked to see this. Yeah, and of course, then we see Ryu. Before this, we see Ryu and Menta, where he basically really apparently seeing on the babies. Basically, he wanted to see the resurrection of the X-Laws. And then the next kind of line where he says, like, oh, kill me, revive me too. Yeah, he actually, in the manga, in the anime, they cut it out. Probably because it was a bit unnecessary for them to say that. And so, we have Genie's spirit kissing Ren. Yeah, seriously. By the way, there is actually another change here. When they actually show Ren where he's in a dream state while he's being dead, they actually censor his groin and his butt. Yes. What do they censor it? Crystals. Yes, pink crystals. That's what they use to censor his rear end and his groin. Which, in the manga, they didn't really use as a censor. They basically just darkened out where his groin is. And his butt, they actually did show that. But, yeah, they actually censored it, which I thought that was interesting. It's almost like he was wearing a piece of underwear, despite the fact that the guy is practically naked. And he's also flashback something that happened many episodes ago when he killed Crom, one of the officiants of the Shaman King fight. And, of course, we mentioned how when he got stabbed several episodes back, like about 6 episodes back, I think it is now. So he gets revived, and he gets in front of the X-Laws, and he easily wipes the floor with them. And then, basically, apparently off-screen, he says, where is Rin? Because, where is Yo? And he goes see him, and we see that he actually has a scar on himself. Basically, he's got a scar on his chest and his back. He mentions breaking out of hatred with this particular scar. And it says the only reason the scar exists is because Ryu interrupted. Yep. Excuse me. And then we also briefly see Ho, where he basically is curious about, well, Yo. He managed to quit the fight, so about being a part of him. And then we cut to Big Guy Gil, the football player who works for Ho. Well, apparently he wants to kill the Iceman. The shaman from Norway. Yes, seriously, he wants to do that. He wants to give their souls to Ho for some reason. and Haruho and Chocola are just happily walking along, and Haruho just happens to see this going on, and they look like they're about to lose. And then we also see Haruho's father make an appearance in the series. First he is silhouette, then we see his actual debut. He looks like he's a big mountain man of a guy with a big thick beard. And he says the reason why he's here because Perka begged him. And I'm thinking, Perka, it's been a while since we see you last. Yes, it's been like a good 10 episodes since I see Perka, Haruho's sister. Oh, and by the way, despite the fact that I think this is supposed to be like one efficient, basically, despite this character is supposed to be Native American, they refer to Perka as Perka-chun. Last time I checked, the Patch Tribe are Native American, not Japanese. Why the heck they refer to her as Perka-chun, I have no idea. It was the same thing with Silva, too. What, do they have Japanese people mixed in with the Patch Tribe? It's possible. Yes, it is distinctly possible. Oh, and by the way, he beats Big Gil, and also there's this particular guy who's with Big Gil, who's literally a guy inside a bunch of Lego box. Well, Lego bits with word "ho" on top and spelled in clear English. And it looks like Haruho basically where he teams up with the spirits of the Icemen to take on this particular spirit, and that's the episode. It's a quite interesting episode, this one is. I think that having Haruho's father that was an interesting touch. Yeah, first time he's made appearance in this series, and he goes off because we had this funny thing where he's like, okay, I showed up, I'm going home now. So, in the middle of the fight between where you have his son fighting one of Ho's men, he just proceeds to pick a piece of wood up, makes a raft, and leaves. He also unleashes his spirit, which apparently is a default, even if the spirit is weaker, that is stronger than his is. He just being no problem due to sheer power. Yes. Heck, even Big Gil was surprised about this. And he's a freaking football player. So, apparently Yo saved this guy's life, and he's still working for Ho for some reason, despite the fact he supposedly was kicked out. He was expelled from their group, and yet he's back with them? I'm like, what the heck? Seriously. Now, I can't not blame the studio for this. Blame the actual manga. It's a manga writer's fault. Maybe they made up off panel. It's possible, to say the least. Yes. But yeah, we're into the epilogue arc. Well, which, from what I can tell, takes up pretty much the rest of this particular second round fight here. Yeah. Let's see, because we're up to well, it takes a small majority because this fight officially ends at chapter 257. That second round officially ends. And with this episode gone to 84, which is basically Epilogue 3 King, which means this arc officially got, let's see, 10. Let's see. Actually, it's 20, 30, 40, 50. I'd say about 63 chapters left. Oh, if you're curious, like, how many chapters left do we tap right now? Because we got 184. 116 chapters left. And there is 18 episodes left to go. So, we're probably going to be doing this again next week with the whole thing up to, I think, 7 straight chapters. But sorry about that. But that's probably going to happen next week. 7 chapters again. But they might want to speed it up because there's not many episodes left to go. Okay? So, yes, that's it particular view. Stay tuned for Shaman King, which should be soon to be next. Okay? Next video. Bye.